So it's question and answer time. Anybody got a question tonight? Yeah.
You were talking earlier about comedians setting the wrong goals sometimes. What did you mean by that?
Comedians setting the wrong goals. You know, it is a really, really huge problem, especially for beginners. In particular, I've already done a video on have less time, less material than stage time, because the first goal is, you know, I got to get all my material in before the light, and end up talking real too fast through the whole show. But what I was when I was talking to that comedian, what I really meant was the central goal of just being a comedian and going on stage. That's what I'm talking about. Is, you know, because for years, it took me years to kind of figure this out, because it really started with my acting. And in an acting scene, you pick your objective or your intent for the scene. What are you there to do? You know, if it's a cop, there's the intent of the detective is to get this person to admit they're guilty, and the intent of the criminals to get off the charges and get released, and those intents or objectives battle back and forth. But if I ask a comedian, hey, what's your intent? And they'll always go, to be funny. I'll get up there to get some laughs. You know, I want to entertain them, you know, make them like me, all these things. So the first thing you have to understand about proper goal setting is it has to be something you can do. Okay? Something that's driving you is something you can actually do. So let's back up and look at those for a second. I'm going up there to be funny. You can't do be funny, because that's a result. It comes from doing something else, and it results in you being funny. Get laughs, it's a result. Entertain them, that's up to them. It's a result. Whether they like you, it's up to them. It's a result. So all these comedians are going on stage, and they don't know quite how to behave on stage, because they're trying, in their mind, they've made it, oh, I gotta be funny. So then they start doing really goofy stuff. They start doing the show like this and going, oh, I gotta be funny. And it's, you know, they end up looking ridiculous, because they're trying to do a result. And they don't know it, okay? So, and I see it in all of my classes, and especially people who are first with me, and I've got to say, okay, stop, you're trying to be funny. Well, that's right, okay, you didn't listen to me in the beginning class. Okay, go up there to be funny. You're not up there to get laughs. You're not up there to entertain them. You're not up there to make them like you, because you can't do those things. They can't be a goal because you can't do them. If you can't do them, it can't be a goal. So, the goal I set for everybody as a comedian, I always call it the reason that you're on stage, is to get up here and from your perspective, tell the audience what's wrong. You can do that, okay? Or you can tell us what's wrong from a character's point of view, okay, as well. If you really look at all jokes are about something that's wrong. All jokes have something that's wrong. Okay, there's something wrong from some point of view about something. Every single joke, and I say joke as whether it's in storytelling, whether it's in the humor or, you know, clown, I don't care, whatever. Even if it's in a novel, doesn't matter. If there's a moment of humor, there's always something wrong in there. Okay, and it's your job to tell us what's wrong. Now you can do that. Okay, well, like Rodney Dangerfield, I don't get no respect, right? He's complaining right off the bat. He's telling us what's wrong with everybody else, okay? And then he does a joke and goes, you know, went to a hooker. Yeah, I dropped my pants, she dropped her price. So now he's telling us what she finds wrong with his package, right? So he's telling us what's wrong with everybody, and then he gives us an example of what's wrong with this hooker, telling him what's wrong with him. Okay, so he's always telling us what's wrong because you don't get no respect. That's what's wrong with everything. all right? You go down through all the comedians and watch them. They're all telling you what's wrong. And that, again, is something you can do every time you get on stage. Use your material to tell the audience what's wrong. If you're riffing with the audience, you're finding subject matters in the audience, and then you're looking to tell them what's wrong with their shirt, what's wrong with their answer, what's wrong with their job. We're always doing the same thing. It's your drive. So, the reason I bring this up is for you to consciously say, I am not going to set the goal of being funny and getting laughs and entertain or make them like me or all those other things that are results, so that you can get up on stage with something very clear you can do every time you perform, which is get up there and tell the audience what's wrong.